Today we are going to be focusing on the hair. This is a hairstyle that I kind of accidentally stumbled upon. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people rocking this kind of look lately, but do you ever have those nights where you're like bored and then you decide to play with your hair and you're kind of playing around with it, and then before you know it, you've created like a really cool hairstyle and it actually looks good, but you're not going anywhere? That's exactly what happened to me. I was just playing around with my hair one night and then I did this updo and I was like, wow, this actually looks kind of cute. So I took a photo, posted it onto my Instagram story and asked you guys if you would be down to see a quick little tutorial on this look, and majority of you guys said yes. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Very easy, very simple. It's giving me very like 90s vibes, but the flicked out bottoms are giving me like a different era as well, but it just gave me real 90s vibes. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you find it helpful. It also is short hair friendly. So if you guys have shorter hair like me, I feel like this look kind of makes it look like you have a ponytail going on, like a cute updo ponytail, but obviously it's a half updo. Because you guys know how like the sleek ponytail with the flick at the end has been a real thing at the moment. Obviously us short hair people can't be doing that. So this is like my alternate look for that. But yeah, as I said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you find it helpful. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up, like it before you leave it, and subscribe to my channel. If you're new, you know what to do. Join the crew by hitting the little red subscribe button down below and click the bell as well, so you don't miss any more videos that I post. And with that being said, let's get into it. Before we get started, I'm going to show you guys real quick what you will need for this tutorial. So of course, we need a comb. A rat's tail comb is definitely my preference because I feel like it makes it really easy for like parting your hair and also smoothing it out with the fine toothed comb. Also a hairbrush, of course. Also a couple of hair clips to help you with sectioning off your hair, and then of course these babies right here. I feel like these are the easiest to use when it comes to doing little updos with short hair, so I have those. Also this powder from Schwarzkopf. If you guys haven't heard me talk about this before, I use this on the regular. This is part of my like regular hair routine. It's volumizing powder, which helps to add a little bit of volume and grit to your hair, which I feel like I use it all the time anyway. So you don't need it, but I like to use it for giving my hair a little more fullness. And then of course a hair straightener, because this is what I'm going to use to create those flicked up ends to my hair. So now that all that's out of the way, we are going to get started. Alright, so first things first, as you guys can see, my hair is actually freshly washed and blow dried, but I feel like this hairstyle would work really well if you've had hair that's like a day or two old, might be a little bit oily, a little bit dirty. I feel like this hairstyle would be great as well. But yeah, as I said, I did just wash and blow dry my hair this morning. But first things first, I'm going to start by adding some of the volumizing powder, which I actually already did add a little bit into my hair earlier, but for demonstrative purposes I will show you guys what I do. So I'll just go and like section my hair off all around and kind of just sprinkle a little bit here and there, and then tussle my hair about, work it into the scalp. And this powder I feel like is really good for adding like grit to your hair, and it helps it stay volumized. For me personally, I don't like flat hair. It just doesn't look good on me, I feel. Yeah, it just doesn't suit me. So I always like to add a little bit of volume to my hair, and that powder is definitely my secret weapon when it comes to that. So regardless of if I'm doing my hair up or if I'm leaving it out, I feel like I like to add that powder because not only does it add volume, but it also adds grit to the hair, which I feel like really helps hairstyles kind of sit in place the way you want it to for longer, and it doesn't fall flat throughout the day. So that's really going to help with the ponytail part of the updo later on as well. So now that I have the powder kind of all evenly distributed throughout my hair, as you can see, my hair looks big and volumized, but I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, just brush through it lightly just to make sure there's no intense knots or tangles throughout it, because those can get in the way. So just brushing through. Alright, so now all that is nice and smoothed out, I'm going to begin by sectioning off the little bang section of this hairstyle. So what you want to do is kind of look for your natural part. I mean, You could do this even with like a middle part if that's how you like your hair to sit, but for me, you guys already know I push my hair to the side anyway, and I just feel like the side part looks cute for this look as well. So I'm just going to kind of look for my natural part and then kind of take it a little bit deeper as well. So once I figure out how I want it to sit, I think that'll look okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and section off like what I potentially want my bangs to be. So I'm just gonna split that off there. As you can see, it's not perfect, but you can do this as like neatly and precisely or as messy as you want. But for the main part, that's gonna be like this side of the look. Looks like a major side fringe. If you guys ever had one of those back in the day, comment down below, because I used to have like one of those full-on deep set part side fringes when I was in high school. Those were simpler times. Anyways, as you can see, I'm just sectioning that side off, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same for this side. Kind of just look for where I want it to go and like connect up to the other side. So it's like continuous in a way. But as I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just doing the same, clipping that piece so I have those set to the side. If you guys will notice, I'm not taking it all the way down like my front hairline because I want to put some of that up into the ponytail. The more hair I take for this part, the less is going to be in the ponytail, and obviously I still want the ponytail to have like some hair as well. So that's why I didn't go like all the way down. But anyways, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and do the little updo part of this. So just taking my fingers side by side and then going up. You can go across like halfway, but then that means less hair on the bottom, more on the top, and then it's more to drag up to the top ponytail, if that makes sense. So it's really up to you as to like how much hair you want left down here and how much you want to have like up top. But for me, I went like up like this on an angle as opposed to just straight across half updo. So now I am just combing through this section, pulling it up. But for the most part, you guys can already see, I feel like I look so weird right now, but you guys can already see that this is the ponytail part of this look. So I'm just gonna go through and smooth that out. And then of course you can like add more later if you feel like you need to, but for the most part I like how this looks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tie this up. I just have one of those clear elastics around my hand right now, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and tie up that ponytail. And then because I want it to sit like slightly on top of my head so it falls nicely, I'm just pulling it forward and tightening it at the same time. But that's the basis of the half updo. Alright, so as you guys can see, I took out the little clips, and that's what we have here in the front. And then we got the ponytail on the head. Now you could leave it like as this, but I'm gonna kind of go through and like tidy it up as well. And I also want to go ahead and flick out the ends because right now they are like sitting underneath, which is cute too, but for this look specifically, I want them to flick out. I'll also go through and kind of straighten out these bits as well just to make sure that they sit properly. But this is where the hair straightener comes in handy. So we're going to start with the bottom section of hair. As you guys can see, the top piece is already chilling, which is good. So move that to the side. And we're basically just going to go through section by section, take the straightener and flick it, as you guys can see. You just take a section, mainly focused on the ends, and like angle your hair straightener like that and flick upwards. And you can go over it again to like blend the two. So I'm just going to go and continue all around doing that. It's like the same motion as if you were curling your hair, but you're only just doing the ends, so it doesn't take too long at all. We just want to get that little flick going. So as you can see, we've got those ends nice and flicked, and then I'm going to go ahead and just fix up these little sections at the front here just to make sure that they sit nice and flat. And then for me, I kind of just tuck that piece behind my ear and then blend it in with the rest of that underlayer. And then same goes for this side. Just straightening it out the way that I want. And then I'm tucking it behind my ear. And then I want to blend that piece into the bottom layer as well. Now when it comes to the top ponytail, I actually want to just leave it as is, like it's naturally already kind of curving underneath, like the opposite direction, as opposed to like flicking out the same way that the bottom layer is. And I feel like that just looks, I don't know, I feel like it looks nice that way as opposed to like if it was going the same way. For me, as you guys can see, my hair is already doing that because that's the way it's set as I was blow drying it this morning. But you could totally just go through with your straightener and kind of curve at the ends and do it like section by section if you want, but for me, because mine's already sitting that way, I don't really have to do too much to it. So yeah, it's at this point that you would kind of go through and figure out how you want the top to look, like the ponytail to look. But for me, as I said, I like how it's looking where it kind of goes over and then the bottom like flicks out. You can probably tell, but I do have a lot of like little flyaways going on, so I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but you might want to grab yourself some hairspray as well. Now I don't have any specific gel, so I literally go in with a toothbrush. Don't worry, this toothbrush is specifically for my hair, so I'll just like spray a little bit of hairspray onto the bristles and then I'll go through, kind of just like comb through where I feel like the hair needs a little bit of taming. Like as you guys can see, these little hairs right here at the top, kind of just like to put them in their place, make them not stick up like that. So kind of just go through, make everything sit the way they want. I mean, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but I feel like it does kind of help to tame those like extra little flyaways that tend to happen. So that's pretty much what I do to take care of flyaways, but for the most part my flyaways fly away anyway, it doesn't matter what I do to them. So that is that done. Now last but not least, this is optional, but what I like to do is kind of cover that little elastic, the hair elastic. So I'll take like a little section of hair from underneath the ponytail and just kind of wrap it around itself, just to make sure that that's kind of like a little more concealed. And then I'll just go ahead and take one of these hairpins and then just pin it into place at the back. Alright you guys, so there we have it. That's all there is to it for this cute little, I don't even know what to call this, like a 90s flipped up half updo hairstyle. I really don't know what to call this just yet. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like it before you leave it, and if you're still here at the end watching and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit the little red button down below before you go so you don't miss any more videos that I post. As always, I hope you guys are having an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. I will talk to you guys in the comments and I'll see you all in my next video.